What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to do something very, very different. I want to talk about my top 5 most anticipated games that are still coming in 2020. Now, I've done these videos before, kind of, on the channel. Not very often. It's not always annual. And I get that they're not normally the most popular. They normally don't do as many views. But I really do like making these videos. I think that people that do watch these have a lot of fun with them. So I want to try it. I want to see how a video like this will do. Let me know, firstly, if you guys like these kind of videos. Make sure you are leaving a like. Make sure you guys are leaving a comment, subscribe, bell icon, all that kind of stuff, just to show me and show YouTube really that you guys like to see these kind of videos, because I do definitely have these ideas in my head that I'd love to do. I just don't always know if they're going to work on YouTube. Okay, so keeping all that in mind, let's do this. Top 5 games. There's a lot of games. There are a lot of games, firstly, that have already come out, but secondly, that still have to come out in 2020. Now, I do think this is going to be pretty controversial. I have no doubt about that, actually, especially as we get closer up. But I'm going to go right into it. We're going to start lower and then go up. So we're going to start at 5 and go up. I do have one honorable mention, and that's Halo Infinite. I know a lot of people may think of me as, PlayStation, and I think that's probably fair, right? Do you think of me as like DC, like Warner Bros? Maybe you know me from like Pirates. Maybe you know me from Star Wars or something like that. Like, I get it. I get the big things we cover, but I do like all games. I like all games. I like all systems. I have all the systems. Halo Infinite, for the first time in a long time, because I'm not even the biggest Halo fan, but I can tell you I am excited for Halo. So I do want to just give it a runner-up spot, because I am, again, like, I haven't been excited for a Halo game in a very long time. I normally would play it like with my friends. Now I don't, I'm not very close to them in terms of like living proximity, right? I live very far away from them now, so I can't do that. But this is a game that I fully intend on getting, on covering, on talking about on the channel. So I am pumped for this game, but it doesn't make my list. Number 5 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This game, I guess the reason why it's so low is because it's Assassin's Creed, but I say that in the nicest way possible, because I feel like over the last couple times, every time Assassin's Creed does get announced, and like the lead up always is kind of like an event, like a moment. You know what I mean? Hard to describe, but the lead up so far, and we haven't even gotten to like the most exciting part yet of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, has been really great, from the Photoshop live stream to the trailer to Inside Xbox, which obviously was a fail, but I'm very, very pumped for this game. This game looks very good. Everything we've heard about this game sounds very good. I need to see it in action. I've really liked Origins and Odyssey. I didn't hate either of them. I didn't think they were the greatest games of all time. I think people definitely have their favorites of those two games, and there's problems with both, and there's strengths of both. But this is a game that, it's Assassin's Creed. Again, it's always going to kind of be big, you know what I mean? It always is a big thing. It kind of just varies from entry to entry. I do think this one is going to be very, very big, and I'm very excited for it. Number 4, this is where the controversy I think is going to start, is Marvel's Avengers. Let me be clear. It's mainly because I want to see how this game is going to actually play out. I think that there are a lot of things, by the way, that worry me about this game. A lot of things. At the same time, there is totally potential. There is definitely good things that we have seen, and I want to give it a chance. That's really where I draw the line. I think it could be a major disappointment. I think it could be bad even. But at the same time, I think it could be really good. And also at the same time, it's Avengers in a game. And now again, it's not literally the movies recreated, but it's their chance to start an Avengers universe in video games, and I think that is very, very important. I think that could be very, very big. Also, really quick, before I keep going, because this could be a little confusing, I should have said this in the beginning of the video, I'm not including games that we don't know. So like Batman, we don't know if it even exists. Watch Dogs, we don't know if it's 2020. Keep going down that list. Any game we don't know for sure. Dying Light 2. These are all games that probably would make my list and shuffle it for sure, but because we don't know release dates, I don't want to include them. So these are only games that have release dates, / like for Assassin's Creed, we know it's coming out this fall, like they've said that. So those games are the only games that are included in my list. Okay, if you want me to talk about games in general I'm most anticipating, definitely, again, let me know, and I'll maybe make a second video doing that, okay? Definitely let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Okay, so we got number 5, Assassin's Creed. Number 4, Marvel's Avengers. Number 3, I'm going to say, is Ghost of Tsushima. I'm very, very pumped for this game. This game is going to be, I think, very different different. I think this game isn't going to be for everybody, not necessarily in the same way like Death Stranding, right? Like Death Stranding leading in, you kind of knew if this game was for you or not for you. And when you got into it, I don't think there were that many people that were like stunned of what the game was, like weren't expecting what they got. I think everybody that got Death Stranding pretty much knew what they were going for. I think those that didn't get it just flat out like didn't want to be part of it. And ultimately, I understand that. I think that's completely fair. Ghost of Tsushima, I feel like, is maybe going to be a little bit more controversial because I think it could definitely burn people. People are going to be playing this game and may not be getting exactly what they think. But I think this game, we've covered this game on the channel a lot before. I think this game has so much potential. I think I want this game, obviously, to be really good for Sucker Punch's sake, right? To bring them back up into that elite category. I want to see what they can do. The gameplay looks really solid. The world looks really solid. I mean, it just looks really, really good. Am I still concerned about some things? Yeah, I really am concerned about some things for all of these games, by the way. But I'm really, really pumped to play it, and we're getting very, very close, and that just gets me even more excited about the game. Number 2 is Cyberpunk 2077. I love The Witcher. I haven't even beaten The Witcher. I'll be transparent with you guys. I have not beaten The Witcher 3, but I love it. I really do, and I think CD Projekt Red has just done literally an amazing, amazing job at just being a game developer. They are top of their class in what they do. I think they're one of the greatest developers out there just in general, but definitely for open world games, I think they're the greatest ones that are working right now. Witcher was so special. I did play Witcher, by the way. It's not like I never played it. Witcher was so special, was just so groundbreaking in the medium of open world games. And yeah, Cyberpunk is completely different. And they've even said that. There's actually going to be a lot of things that are very different. Some things they've even shrunk. So it may not be for everybody, but this game, is there negative things to say about it? Is there like concerns? I guess, but really, I'd say out of all of these games, Cyberpunk has maybe firstly like the least to lose and also I think it has like the least concern about its quality. I think Marvel's Avengers, I think it's got such a big scale of where it could go. It could either be good, it could be great, it could be terrible. You know what I mean? It's got a really wide scale it could go on. Even like a game like Ghost of Tsushima, that game could really go back and forth. Assassin's Creed, probably it's going to be good, but just like how good? I think Cyberpunk is like that, but even higher, right? We all know it's going to be at the worst, like a great game. Is that the worst it can be is like an 8 or 9 out of 10, right? I really do feel like that's the case. And the best is just that it's another game of the generation. It's another showing that they are really, really good at what they do, that obviously like Witcher 4 is going to be incredible, right? You know what I mean? I really think that it doesn't have that many things at stake, Cyberpunk, and that is part of the reason why I'm excited. I really want to play this game. The game looks beautiful. I have complete trust in them. Meanwhile, I'm invested, but I don't watch everything about this game. I'm not like super checking the news into this game every day because I do kind of want to go in just like not even with any expectations, because I really don't think I have expectations for the game other than I expect it to be good. Besides that, I don't really care what I'm going to be doing. I don't care what storylines they're going to tell. I'm just excited to see the world that they've spent a long, long time putting together. And I think that sums up my interest and why so many people are looking forward to it. I think it sums it up pretty well. Now, number 1, the most controversial game, I think maybe over the last several years, and definitely controversial to be putting on my number 1, is The Last of Us Part 2. Without spoiling it, without doing the leaks, and please, absolutely do not do any spoilers in the comments. Please, please, please don't do that. Even including the spoilers, and even if you don't want to include the spoilers, The Last of Us means so much to so many people. I love the game. I love the game to death. It's one of the greatest games ever created. I think that Last of Us Part 2 can be spectacular. I get the leaks. I understand them. I know what they are. At the same time, I do want to see it for myself. Not that I don't trust them, not that I am saying anything against people that aren't getting the game because of the leaks. I get it. I've said that before. I get the people that are so burned by them that they're not getting the game. You have every right to do that. At the same time, I also have the right to say, you know what? I want to see. Maybe they can put it together. Maybe it can be something special. I don't know. Could it not happen? Oh, absolutely. Could it happen? Sure. You know what I mean? So it really just comes down to Naughty Dog has done such an amazing job. People still have said, even people that have been critical about the leaks have said, like, well, to be fair, like, It still looks really good. The gameplay could still be fantastic. You know, the multiplayer, there will be a multiplayer mode eventually added to this game as like a whole separate game, basically. So there are reasons to get even beyond the story, even though the story, I would argue, obviously is the biggest thing. But, you know, am I as excited for it now as I was before the leaks? I'll say no. I really will say no. Has it dropped like massively though? I would also say no. I think I still am very excited for this game. This is an event. Last of Us Part 2 will be an event no matter what. If it's like a trash fire of a game, it'll still be an event, right? For like a very different reason. But I think of all the games, Last of Us still is, and it was before the leaks, and it still is now my most anticipated game releasing in 2020. Again, could this all change if like Batman, say, gets announced? Yeah, things would definitely shuffle around. But as of right now, with the games we know that are coming, that is my list. So guys, as always, let me know in the comments below. What's your list? What are some games you're most anticipating? What do you think about the games I'm most anticipating? All of these games, by the way, the games that were on this list, and even all the games that aren't on my list, we will absolutely be covering on this channel, on my second channel. I cover so many things on these channels, and I really, really have so much fun doing it, okay? So let me know your thoughts. As always, make sure you're subscribed, have that bell icon turned on, and again, let me know if you guys like these kinds of videos. I would love to do more of these, and I will be looking to do more of these going forward, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.